Welcome to Apex Esports League. I'm JT. Tonight we're live on Project Cars 2 for PlayStation for the Pagnian Imports GT4 Championship. Tonight's round is the final round and it's the Nurburgring GP. That's going to be the final Project Cars 2 event for the 2021 season, so it's going to be some exciting stuff tonight. For the session tonight with the final race layout, we just have the one main race. It's worth the big points. So we're heading over into 15 minutes of practice. Weather is heavy cloud. Then we've got 15 minutes of qualifying. Weather is medium cloud. Then the main race is 26 laps. Weather is medium cloud through to overcast with a mandatory pit requirement. And if there is 240 points up for grabs for the win in the main race tonight. After the third round, we have Demon Effects leading the championship with 614 points, with Gallon 350 in position 2 on 558, and DK Rush with 465 in third position. Last week, we had Renleasa and we had Corby 387 take a clean sweep in the sprint race. And then again in the main race, they're having a crack of a round, a full clean sweep for the third round. So getting some great points, but unfortunately is absent tonight. So we're going to have a look at the tracks. So in Germany for the Nurburgring GP, game session time is 9 AM. Track length is 5.14 kilometers. And there's 16 turns, and it is a very good, fun track. Some of the higher powered cars are going to be finding it a little bit more advantageous compared to the previous tracks, as there's a lot more straights and less technical sections. So the Mustang will probably be getting some good speed. Definitely the Aston Martin. We may see the Ginettas and Porsches at a little bit of a disadvantage. The Porsches seeming to have quite the advantage in the first two rounds. It was a little bit more for the Porsches in rounds 1 and 2. Then the Ginettas in round 3 and the Aston doing rather well. However, DK having a disconnect, costing him some big points. Missing out on those race points in the sprint race, but he did get those connection issues sorted, ready for the main race, which was worth the bigger points. And Demon Effects is leading our championship, and then it will be on track for getting his first championship win with Apex Esports League. A good outcome tonight for Demon Effects. Definitely see him take his first championship. So wishing all of the luck to Demon Effects tonight. And still not too far out of reach, with 240 points up for grabs for the victory. 25 points on the line for the pole position. And then even 10 bonus points for the fastest lap of the race, with any potential incidents or unfortunate disconnects. It's still within reach for DK. Gallon looking to try and get that championship win under his belt again tonight. He has won multiple championships with the league. We've got Sami joining us in the lobby tonight. We've been able to make the last few rounds. Good to see him back out on track with the guys tonight. Wishing all the luck to Sami tonight. He's out there in the Ginetta. And if you're joining us for the stream, don't forget to hit that follow button. We do broadcast Project Cars 2 on Thursday nights, and then iRacing on Monday nights. We'll be having a few weeks break over the Christmas New Year period, and then we'll be back to regular broadcasting mid to late January 2022. Starting off with the Skip Barber series in iRacing, and then the Formula Rookies. So the F5, which is basically the Formula Fords. Def991 looking to have a great round tonight. She's looking to try and get top 10 in the championship standings. She's trying to go for a new record for herself. She's had some great results in this series. And a great outcome here tonight with the big points up for grabs. Is definitely going to be able to see her jump several spots on the standings. Also like to Steph, that Janetta a little bit slippery. The track temperature is going to be a little bit cool. Game session time is 9 AM and it is heavy cloud cover. When you do join us for the stream, don't forget to jump into the chat and also use those sound effects controls down underneath the stream. That way you can applaud, boo, and do a whole bunch of other fun things as the race progresses. Do have fun and make that stream your own by using those controls. Clark having a few issues with the Porsche. It's taken a few hits. Not steering too straight. DG running 15th in the championship. Was absent for the first round, as was Belarkey. Belarkey also in that 14th position. Getting first times on the board, 2:04, set by DK Rush. And Sami in the Janetta, not too far behind the Aston. Only a smidgen over a 10th difference so far. And that's the same with Philly. Demon Effects also around that same margin. Jannetta's seem to show a little bit of similar pace at this stage. Then have Gallon 350 with the Porsche, setting his timed lap at 2:07.218. The exact same time being set by Marky Mark in the Ford Mustang at 2:07.218. Going to be a great track for the Stang tonight. Like I had a little bit of bad luck in this series. The incidents last week costing a few positions. The drivers get time on the board in his Fretzel, Doggy Daddy and Belarkey. Mix set a 2:15.863. The KTM crossbow should be rather nimble in the more technical sections, and it hasn't seemed to have lacked too much speed in comparison to the rest of the class. Mick Cliff coming in the championship with 6th position. Ahead of him is Philly Manilli with 372 points. Mick sitting on 301. Mick Cliff did lose 158 points, which was the points earned in round 1, as he did use the Janetta and then changed to the KTM for round 2 to try and make some variation to the cars out on the field. If he has to have still stuck around in the Janetta, having an extra 158 points on him would see him at 459 points. That would see him currently coming in 4th for the championship. That wasn't a change for advantage in any whatsoever way. Do restrict the drivers to stay in that same car so they can't actually pick a car that's better suited to the track. This also Nick was wanting to do it to not just let us have a Porsche/Ginetta championship. So it was the two rather most popular cars to be chosen, as we have only Marky Mark and the lone one in the Mustang. And we've got Dirty Monkey and DK Rush in the Aston. Dirty joining in later in the series. Our championship leader, Demon Effects, comes through for 204.622. Just scrapes in front of DK's time. That's 0.005 difference now between those lap times. That is very tight. Demon's had some very strong qualifying results in this series. Being able to get a lot of speed out of this Ginetta. It's good to see that we've got full 16 cars to take us out for the year. I do appreciate all our drivers, members, their family, all our viewers as well, supporting us throughout the year. It's been a great year of racing, and I'm looking forward to 2022. We're going to have a jam-packed year full of racing. We're going to be throwing in a lot of endurance events over the course of the year as well, so do keep an eye out for that. Clarky still to get time on the board. Pretzelnator to get a time on. DG's set a 2:14. Green setting a 2:09.5. Eddie getting in a 2:08.2. Good boy experiencing a little bit of understeer as he comes down through there. We're going to see a lot of passing potentially going on at the grid start. It is a very wide pit straight. It does come down to the bottleneck for turn one, which we just went through there with Marky Mark. It is a high incident corner. And we've seen the Porsches really knuckle down and pull away at the start. Those Ginettas seemingly bogging down a fair bit. Army's got the quickest time so far. There's 3.5 minutes remaining of practice. Then we'll be heading over into 15 minutes of qualifying. And we have 25 points on the line. Our championship leader, Demon Effects, is going to be looking at trying to qualify as high as possible. He's going to need every point he can get. About 56 points difference between Gallon and Demon. Small penalty could easily cost, or a mistake during the course of the race could easily have that taken away. DK setting the third quickest time. Cliff, fourth quickest. Getting himself up in there amongst those Ginettas. Filling in the 204s. And the head farmer up in with a 206. great times in for the practice. Hopefully you can follow through with a great qualifying as well. And be not sure what was going on there. That car just seemed to dive straight off track. I can still get time in. When you join us and jumping in the chat, do let us know who you think is going to take the pole position. Whether you think Demon Effects will take the championship win tonight. Tonight's round being the decider for the championship. Oh, look at Philly in that lap then, setting a 2:04.597, getting the second quickest time. 4 tenths away from Sami's. Let's bump Demon Effects down another spot. There's a few seconds difference between his closest competitor for the championship. Not sure what was going on there. Almost looked like a couple of lag skips to the side for Gallant. There's 15 seconds remaining. All drivers got times on the board. Bikies ended in a 2:23. Pretzel's got a 2:13. Will he improve that time? Can improve it on that lap. 160 seconds left to get the final laps done. I don't know if that was Pretzel or Gallon's Ford was having some issues then. There's not a whole lot of difference between the times being set from DK Rush and Demon Effects. 0.005 is the difference between the two. DK looking to try and move up. He's still within reach of potential championship win, just depending on how instants may go. This leaves Rooney and Coolboy and Malarkey on track. Then we've got 15 minutes of qualifying, being our final qualifying for 2021. There we have results for the free practice. Sami showing the quickest time at 2:04.169. So can he replicate that in the qualifying? So we'll head over to the pits now. Malarkey quick to scramble out onto the pit lane. Does look like it's potentially speeding then. Already trying to warm those tyres up. Lots of drivers quickly getting out onto the track. We will jump on board for a lap around. Oh no, Marky Mark's already gone for a spin. Hopefully he hasn't taken any damage. And Rooney also spinning. The game session time is now 10 AM. Boys showing a bit of damage. It may just be a little bit of lag as the game was syncing up and everyone's scrambling out onto the track. jump on board with our championship leader for a lap around. About just past halfway. On approach to into sector 2 very shortly. And quite interesting with the standings book, with Demon Effects leading the championship, not yet actually taking a victory in this series. They're just keeping very consistent with podiums, qualifying high. That consistent pace and rhythm that he's had throughout this series has had him looking great for shot at the win. A very fast down pitch straight is the corner I was mentioning. Very tricky coming down, bit of a bottleneck once you have your grid start. Very tricky turn 2, very long hairpin that then it goes off into a sweeping left. Be very slippery. See a lot of fantastic passes done here. And getting this next corner perfectly lined up. If you do misjudge that long hairpin, you are very much well off pace for that following corner. Just a little bit of brake, feather it through here, and dive down in as much curve as you can, trying to go right out. Fast hairpin again. There's already a little bit of debris on the track when someone's gone off. This section here, you can get a very golden line. You can carry a heap of speed. Just a little bit of throttle backing off, just to be able to let that car get through and not experience too much understeer. Aim for this corner coming through sector 2. Very long right-hand corner and flat stick on the back end of sector 2. And up into the chicanes. Too much curb here will cause a fair bit of an incident. Can easily throw that car around. Very tricky last corner. That tyre wall really puts off. Almost a double apex that can really put you off on a bad line coming out of that last corner. That takes pole position. It's a 2:03.796. It's a very quick lap. The first timed lap. Demon doing very well. Getting a 2:03.796. That Janetta is handling superbly around for that lap. The game session time has progressed by an hour from the practice. It was 9 AM for the practice. It's now 10 AM for the qualifying. Weather has cleared. It's gone from heavy cloud cover through to medium. And the race will start with medium cover. It will progress through to overcast. So that game session time is 11 AM. And our simulated time is by 2. We'll see 30 minutes simulated over the course of the 15 minutes of qualifying. Rini gets in a 2:04.967. Ellen having some better luck with the Porsche in the qualifying. And that Mustang still doing well, qualifying 5th so far. That's first lap. Stoggy Daddy making his way around. Qualifying 7th so far. Drivers to get a time Qualifying is Head Farmer, Dirty Monkey, and Cool Boy. Dirty Monkey crosses the line, but time doesn't come on the board. He may have had an off-track moment, unless that was another out lap. Definitely may have run into some trouble on the course of that lap, but he's definitely having some issues there, making a little bit of wall contact. There's only 7.5 minutes remaining. Barney just coming out of the pits. First time lap at 2:15. Quite a bit off the pace from what we saw in the practice session. Mick Cliff also taking a cautious first lap. I have to say that would be the quietest car out of all of them in the GT4s. Jump on board for a lap with Mick. This thing will be a lot of fun to throw around those hairpins and through the chicanes. Handles turn one very nicely. Going to be rather agile around this track. Things not too talky over the curbs. You can give it a lot of throttle. And it does hold a very tight line. Looks like it's going to be a great lap for Mick. It is a very long sector too. Bit of debris on the track. It's not on the apex, so it's not going to be too bad. Not even having to back off the throttle at all. That KTM just flew up the hill there. Should probably be able to take a lot of curb on this corner. Flat stick. Very late turn in, being able to carry that mid-corner speed. That was a fantastic line. He's going to be able to hug this corner very tight. He's going to be able to throw the KTM through the chicane. It'll fit right down the middle without too much trouble. Brilliant line. Flat footing straight through the final corner. Going to be a great lap. He crosses the line. Look at that. Moves up into position 2. That was 10.1 seconds off his previous time. That's straight up in with a 2:04.593. Seeing him qualifying in position 2. That's an impressive lap. That was great to be on board. The no commentators curse tonight, seeing some fantastic lap times being set whilst we're on board. Demon Effects taking pole, then Mick moving straight up into position 2. It's going to be rather interesting. Mick can hold qualifying up towards that top end. If he can get out and ahead of the traffic early on. And that KTM has really managed to be able to climb a few positions from the start. Can fit in and squeeze through the traffic rather well. Gets away very quickly. Sami has stolen pole away from Demon at 2:03.761. Less than a tenth separating them. Demon just brought the car into the pits. Demon still 4 positions difference between his closest competitor, Gallant. Ed Farmer qualifying in 8th, 2:07.025. Cool Boy to get a time on the board, as well as Dirty Monkey. Having much luck in the qualifying. Billy a little bit off pace compared to the practice session. Come through for 2:07.8. Def qualifying with a 2:10. Pretzel also in the 2:10s. Dirty Monkey gets time on the board. Trying to find just about where he moved up to. So he's moved up into position 11. There we go, all drivers now. The time on the board. Cool Boy qualifying a 2:09. Running a little bit wide for turn 1. Put him off. Not sure if that's Larky. That's Philly Minelli that's been turned around then. He has improved that time. He's qualified in 4th position now. There's only 30 seconds remaining to qualifying. Our final qualifying session for the year. That's Demon just off in the back there. He's gone off. That's it for him for his qualifying session. Sami holds that pole position. 2:03.761. Does Mick improve it? He's improved the time, but not improving the position. $120 seconds left to qualifying. Maybe Larky's car is at DJ that's just run off. Gallon coming second in the championship, currently qualifying 7th. 5 positions away from Demon Effects. He's going to need to try and move up a few more positions so he can try and keep that gap as close as possible. Needs every point he can get tonight. And DK is coming 3rd in the championship, qualifying 6th currently. Coming onto the last corner now. Looked like a lag skip then. Hoping it was a little bit of a slip. Doesn't improve his time. Aim for Gallant. I see some Mustang burnouts by the look of it. back out on track. Yeah, he's going to do some circle work. That's a great roar out of that Stang. Things falls up very nicely. It's going to be great when we have our Mustang Boss Series 1 make. It's going to be a lot of fun. Do stay tuned for that. Even more reason to hit that follow button if you haven't done so yet. You can also check out our social media links, which is down below, fb.com/Apex Esports League. All our results, standings, and instant reports go to there. There we are. Final qualifying done for this championship and for the year of 2021. Sami takes pole position, sitting at 2:03.76. Not too far behind, only 0.036. In position 2 is Demon Effects. And then we've got Mick Cliff about half a second away. So then the rest of the grid is then Philly Manili, Rooney, DK, Gallen, Headfarmer, Marky Mark, Doggy Daddy, Cool Boy, Dirty Monkey, DG, Balaki, Pretzel Nader, and they will be heading over onto the track. Just gotta remember to actually take shots of the results. I can finalize the championship. And have a rather close-up view by the looks of things for the camera. We're not going to be able to see the full grid. We may be lucky. We had enough to be able to see all drivers, yes. Stay. It doesn't change. It does tend to drift off a little bit. Don't forget, jump into that chat. Let us know who you think is going to take the win. Sami, keep showing this pace and take the victory in the final round. We see Demon Effects be able to get out ahead and get his first win for the championship, and then definitely securing the championship win. However, all he needs to do here is just ensure he finishes ahead of Gallen and DK. That championship will be his. Once all the drivers have changed over to their setups, because it's full custom setups for this series. They also will need to set a pit strategy. Mandatory pit requirement. There we are, drivers are all readied up. Let's see the lights go green for last time Project Cars 2 for the year. Well, look at Sami nudging forward already. Oh no, Rooney's just had a big jump start, but I think that's a little bit of lag because he's instantly jumped back. If we see Rooney go into the pits, that's what would be happening. Potentially out of jump start, but it may have been lagged. I'm not sure if it showed on the broadcast screen. Look at Mick Cliff, he's moved up into position 2. He's going to run a little bit wide. That's allowed Demon Effects to be able to tuck back in, take position 2. Oh, big lag skip from Sami as he comes down for turn 3. Looks like a clean getaway for the pack. Billy Manili holds a nice inside line. He did have DK rush out on the outside line. Look at Gallen running off and coming back on track. Not sure if he was avoiding contact with someone there. He's now side by side with Rooney. There's a little bit of lag showing. I think it may have even been a touch of contact from a lag skip. Demon Effects half a second away from Sami. Mick Cliff holding up out there. The KTM drops the tyre off. first side with Rooney. Now let's drop back into 7th position. Cool Boys in 8th. Head Farmer and Pretzelnator seem to be battling it out for position 9. It looked like Head Farmer was potentially looking for an inside line. He's had the tuck back in. Now race lead is still Sami. Demon trying to tuck in behind that slipstream. Demon will be knowing he doesn't need to try and battle Sami. So he doesn't have to play aggressive here. Sami's only made it to just tonight's round. Oh, there's been a spin, that's DK. Oh, and he's just come back out across. He's clipped Cool Boy. Chaos going around turn 1 as everyone's trying to reposition themselves and avoid the cars. That Steph that's just gone off as well. We'll try and avoid some traffic going in for a spin. They've had Chaos through turn 1 and 2 on lap 2. Mikey Mark in 15th. DJ sandwiched in between Doggy Daddy and Marky Mark. A few lag skips going on from Mark. DK losing some positions after regressing back in that position. Did spin on. Oh, just had someone run off wide. That was Cool Boy. He's just ran off wide into the wall. That's seen him drop down into 15th position. Going to allow Steph to catch up. Then also losing in the same spot. There may have been, there's a fair bit of marbles on the track. Dirty Monkey struggling with the car at the moment. Marky Mark still trying to get around DJ's Porsche. A lot more power to get down that straight. Like he's taking out Kane from the chicane, I do believe. Looks like DK heading into the pits. He's going to deal with some damage now. Sami leads the race. It's lap 3 at 26. We're getting all the action tonight for the final race of the final round for 2021. Midcliffe still looking nice in position 3. But he does have Philly starting to close that gap. At 1.5 seconds difference, sorry. That's only half a second difference, I should say. Next last lap 205.7, Philly a 206.2. Pretzelnator closing down on the Head Farmer. Oh, there's been a spin with Rooney. I'm not sure if that may have been a little bit of touch, but there's a lot of lag skips going on. DK being in and pit. He can hold out the remaining 23 laps. He should be able to recover many positions over the course of the race. Mikey Mark still looking to battle DJ. He's struggling to get around that Porsche. And he's got Dirty Monkey starting to close in behind them. DK starting to quickly pull away from Steph. laps from that KTM as he downshifts down through turn 1. Slightly wide, that's allowed Mick to pull away a little bit. Balaki and Coolboy both heading into the pits now. Coolboy's car not looking good at all. That thing is crab walking, it's taken some critical damage. And you can see Balaki makes his way off. We got another driver coming into the pits as well, that's Rooney. Marky Mark still looking to get around DG. More time he spends trying to get around DG. We see Dirty close that gap even more. Philly having a real tough time trying to catch up to Mick. Mick's keeping him at bay. Mick half a second slower that last lap. He's feeling a little bit of pressure from Philly. And the KTM is going to be able to outdrive the Ginetta through the more technical sections. The differences we saw with the onboards between the Ginetta and the KTM in the qualifying. This section here where we should see Mick start to pull away a bit more. Billy's carried a lot of speed through that final corner. He's probably able to slingshot around. Is it going to be enough to be able to put himself in a good position for a pass? Is it too early? Is he going to be up alongside enough? He owns the track position. It's required Mick to have to yield. But Mick did be able to carry the actual racing line. Billy running a little bit wide as he's carrying a lot of speed down that tighter trajectory through turn 1. Can Mick be able to hang on and close that gap in? Marky Mark managed to get around DG. I have not noticed before, the Mustang doesn't actually have any side windows from the looks of it. I'm not sure if it's due to damage or if it's just doesn't have windscreens whatsoever. Sorry, side windows, not windscreen. There is a windscreen. Dirty now looking to try and get around DG. Dirty's Aston. Oh, he's giving him a little touch. That position back. Didn't appear to be in the right position there. I'm going to try and commit here. It's going to be a tricky to try and do a pass through the chicane. Actually, the chicane's just before. It's going to be up along inside here. This is going to be very tricky, so he has to pull out. But it did force an error from DG, allowing him to move up into 9th position. DG drops that place. Cliff still hanging on to Philly. Now on lap 6, Sami has led for the entire 6 laps so far. Another 20 remain. His last lap at 204.9. Appears to be the fastest lap of the race so far. Demon Effects. Last lap at 206.2. At least 7/10 quicker than Philly's last lap. He's got about 4 seconds separating the two. He's in a pretty comfy position, and he doesn't have to try and battle Sami. Can easily let Sami just fly on ahead. The points that Sami gets, as long as Demon finishes ahead of Gallon and DK, going to be set for the championship win. Billy sitting in third position still. Billy's got 372 points for the championship. 240 points will put him in a nice position for a podium. It's 240 points for a win. And take a win, could have a shot at taking podium for the championship. Tornado now heading into the pits. Alright, he's got some damage to tend to. DJ and Doggy Daddy battling it out. DG goes for an inside line move through turn 1. We have to shave a lot more speed off. Gets out ahead nicely. Carry the momentum through turns 2 and 3. Doggy Daddy right up the tail of him now. Chris crosses over looking for an opportunity to get around. Great little battle going on between the two. Ooh, we've just seen disconnect. That's Rooney, just suffered a disconnect. Saw a lag spike and then he was gone. Gonna be unfortunate. Some big points lost for Rooney. Look how close they are there. The bottom of Doggy Daddy's Janetta. And he's battling out DJ in the Porsche for position 8. Currently on lap 7. Race leaders just cross the line, commencing lap 8. Gonna be too far away to be able to try and make a move on the chicanes. That curb violently gets him. That's also put DG off. That's allowed him to get a pass. Nick's still holding onto the tail of Philly. KTM doing very well. Doggy Daddy and DG exchanging positions again. DG goes for an inside line on turn 2, but I think turn 3 could then go back to Doggy Daddy. Ooh, a little bit of a tap, that's just cost some speed for Doggy. That is some very tight racing. Lucky currently in 12th position. Billy Minelli's just copped himself a post-race time penalty. Not sure what just happened for Black. It almost looked like he missed a gear. definitely putting some pressure on Philly to obviously cut track, and he can definitely not afford for a slowdown at this stage, as that would be basically giving the position up. He's taken the 1 second penalty with just how tight the races have finished over the course of the last few series. Even a second has definitely lost spots at the top end of the standings. Barmy now with good 4.2 seconds ahead of Demon Effects. Led for 9 laps. Demon Effects putting some good space for himself in third. Got 6 seconds now. Very different lines. Janetta having to use a full exit curb. Like KTM able to really get through on some tight lines. Just sticks like it's on rails around the track. KTM really putting some pressure. Mick's going to go for a move. No, he pulls back. Got enough speed to almost be able to push himself and squeeze on up in there. Cliff side by side. He got the move. Brilliant pass by McCliff, puts him back into third position. With Philly wearing a 1 second post-race time penalty. Will be to his advantage as well. Going to have that little bit of a safety net. There's a battle for position 11 between Balaki, Steph and Marky Mark. DK looking to get around DG. DK having that incident earlier. Heading to the pits. Also, Balaki having pit. As well as Cool Boy. And also Pretzel. I'm not sure if Steph has been in and pit. I'm not too sure if the cars will be able to last out on a set of tyres for the full 26 laps. Look at Mark, absolutely flat stick, but he's going to be a lot harder to pull that staying up in time. He's going to have to squeeze his way in. And Porsche's going to be a little bit more nimble around turns 2 and 3. Stain gets along that inside line. He's going to have to really dominate track position, ready for this left-hand corner. Porsche goes up over the curb, looking for the inside line. He's now side by side as they go down along the back straight. Dank should have the advantage here. Yeah, really fighting for this track position. Very different lines, that Stang having to go rather wide. DG's had some great battles. He hasn't really had a break at all over the course of these opening 10 laps. He's battled with a few drivers so far. Been some great racecraft. With Steph going for an outside move on Marky Mark. Pulling a little bit too much speed. That's definitely put him off. Steph moves up into position 12. Now looking to move up onto Balaki. Getting it was Balaki, not DG's car. Yeah, same matching colours. Managing to hold off DK, but he's ran wide. That's cost him a fair bit. Okay, bit of curb. We'll have DK in the Aston. Okay, a bit of marbling on the outside line of the corner. Brilliant pass done by DK. Make our way through the standings. We're currently on lap 10 of 26. Boy currently in 15th. We have had Rooney suffer a disconnect. Marky Mark in 14th position. Pretzelnator 101 in position 13. Defcon 91 in position 12. Lucky in position 11. Did cut the corner a smidgen. Anyway, there's a fair bit of debris on that track. A few drivers actually going off a little too much on the inside of that corner. And the head farmer in position 10. Doggy Daddy 420 in position 9. We have DG in position 8. DK Rush in 7th. Dirty Monkey up in 6th position. Head Farmer's just heading to the pits as well. We are nearing the halfway point, so probably will see some drivers head off into the pits. Gallon 350 in 5th position. Got about 24-second gap between himself and Philly Manilli. Billy currently in 4th position. He's wearing 1 second post-race time penalty. And in he goes, hitting at the end of lap 12. Nick still out on track in position 3. Championship leader Demon Effects looking pretty good up in position 2. He's 3.4 seconds away from our race lead, which is Sami. Slightly misjudged that corner. He's lost about a second there. And they could be seeing the tyres start to wear out. And his weather conditions seem to be cooling off a little bit. Seems to be a little less sunshine coming through. is progressing over into the overcast conditions. Demon Effects now only 2.3 seconds away from Sami. Will we see the two head into the pits, or they wait until Mick's been in and pit, as he will take that race lead at that stage. He's holding out well for tyres. He could definitely get in some pretty quick times. He's been setting to a 6.9 for his last lap. Sami at 207.6, Demon at 206.7. Steph having some issues. She was closing in on Balaki. Very similar times between Mick and Demon. We have seen the Janitors tend to scrub out those tyres a little bit quicker than the other cars. Billy rejoined the race back in position 9. Mark to close down on Pretzelnator. Only a couple of seconds away. Steph and Balaki both close. Steph heading into the pits now. Balaki did pit earlier. If he can last out for tyres, he's going to be able to make up some positions as the others head off into the pits. Dirty Monkey currently 6 seconds away from Gallant, doing very well in 5th position. Aston performing very nicely on the Nurburgring GP. Fellow Aston driver DK coming up behind him. DK having that incident, heading off and then making contact with Coolboy early on, then having that early pit. That Aston can last out the remaining 12 laps. Should see him reclaim a few positions. He's only 9 seconds away from position 4. We see Dirty and Gallen both head into the pits. DK doesn't need to stop again. He's going to reclaim those positions. Marky Mark looking to take on Pretzel now. He's really closed that gap. Oh, that was a lag skip that quickly jumped out across right in front of Mark's car. Makes things all more interesting. Trying to find position and race very close. Of course, there's a little bit of lag going on. Dip already making contact and have no clue to it. Seeing some horrendous lag-affected racing incidents. Pretzel managing to keep a lot of speed still. He's going to own the track position, come down through turn 1. Hear that Porsche on the limiter going through turn 2. Mick Cliff slowly reining that gap in. Fraction quicker than Demon's last lap. However, Sami has dug deep and started to push out that gap again, setting a 205.7. Don't forget, if you join us for the stream, don't be shy, jump into the chat. Let us know who you think is going to be taking the win. And will we see Demon Effects take his first championship win tonight? Be a way to go for the final series of 2021. Don't forget to hit that follow button as well. It'd be great if we can see ourselves get to that 190 follower mark by the end of the year. Be a great way to wrap up the year. Doggy Daddy into the pits now. Marky Mark starting to drop away from Pretzel now. Another post-race time penalty showing. That's Cool Boy. He's copying himself 1 second. The position number on the standings tower has changed to red. It's been now wearing a post-race time penalty. Lap 17 of 26. With 9 laps to go. Demon Effects in position 2. Mick Cliff about 4 tenths quicker than Demon that lap. Really hoping to see these guys heading to the pits. That's going to be a prime opportunity for him to be able to really fly out ahead. Probably last out in this KTM until the second last lap, and then serve his mandatory pit on lap 25. Most likely, Sami and Demon are going to try and do the same. Some lap traffic coming up now. He's going to have to try and get around any back markers as quickly as possible. And as clean and safe as he can. Pretzel moves aside, allowing Sami through. Marky Mark. Did taken in a line for the corner to let him through. They carried a lot of speed still. He's letting him through. But he's just got so much power in that stang. A little bit slippery. Tad bit of oversteer as he puts down the foot. Demon Effects now needing to get around. A little while before Mick Cliff catches up. A little bit off the pace that lap. 207.3 compared to Demon's 206.7 and Sami's 206.1. There will be a little bit of fatigue starting to set in as well. Marky Mark looking to try and get around Pretzel again. He's caught back up. Did not lose that position, Pretzel, after getting around him earlier. The blue flag's also putting him off just a little bit. The guys do have a right to still battle because these two are still racing for position here. Not only do they have to try and follow blue flag directions, but they're still also battling. They don't want to get into a position where they move aside and slough to let the faster traffic through, only just to give up any potential gain they've had trying to close in and get around their opponent. And in comes Mick now, starting his mandatory pit. A little bit of a lag glitch going on. Pretzel's car as Dean was going to go around. Did side skip out. Lucky no contact caused for Demon. It would be horrendous to see his race done by a lag glitch from a lap car. He's out and around now. Pagnian and Demon, we're going to stay out, have more laps before heading in. I'll probably hit in the last couple of laps. Lag skip again from Pretzel. He's going to have to be cautious when he positions himself alongside. He could easily make contact with no awareness to it at all. Staying down spectacular. He's so close, right on the tail of, that's not the one I wanted, of that Porsche. Speed is pulling in the Stang as he comes up behind. Porsche should be a little bit more nimble here, but he's carried a lot of speed into it. He's going to position himself rather nicely down pit straight, or he's almost going to commit to a pass. Look how close they were there, nearly a nudge. He had to get on the anchors there and put him off a little bit. That was some great racing between those two. Larky also wearing 1 second time penalty. Cool Boys added an extra second. He's now up to 2 seconds. He's currently in 15th position. Currently on lap 18. Got a bit of damage there, that front bar flapping about. Mick in and serves that mandatory pit, back out in position 3. He's got a good gap between himself and DK. DK has pit. See if he can last out for tyres. Bring up. He's got sufficient fuel. So fuel wasn't part of his pit strategy. Need to see Gallon pit in. Will allow DK to reclaim that position as he's only 9 seconds away from Gallon at this stage. We're probably going to be seeing about 35 seconds in total for a pit stop. That's with the actual stop itself, plus the time added to pitting in and exit. Mick can really dial in some very quick laps over these next few. We could potentially see him come out fairly close near Demon and Sami once they come out of their pit stop. Slippery, getting on the throttle for Sami. For lap 21 to 26. Sami has led for the full 21 laps. Had a great race. Demon Effects looking good. Be able to have a strong finish and be able to win the championship. All been about consistency. He's had a very consistent series, consistent qualifying results and finishing position. We haven't seen him at the top of the podium. It doesn't matter as long as you are keeping consistent, getting on that podium and being ahead of the rest of the field. Mark looking to go for a move around Pretzel. We've had some unfortunate luck for our other drivers testing for that top spot on the championship, going 350, having a jump start in one of the races. It was round 2. Having to serve a drive-through ended up costing him several places and a fair few points. And DK rushed last week, suffering a disconnect for race 1. Did get the qualifying points at least. A little bit slippery, carrying a lot of speed in that corner. I'm not sure if that's because tyres are getting a little worn, or if that was just a little bit too much speed. Running, I guess, not sure. A little bit of lock-up, a bit of understeer as well. Doesn't want to have to afford to go in and pit, but if it's going to cost him an incident because those tyres are done for after that very early pit, then it's definitely going to be worth to lose possibly maybe 1 to 2 positions potentially. 12 seconds away from Dirty Monkey. Mikey Mark's not giving Pretzelnator a break at all. He's still trying to get around him. Pretzel's not making it easy. He's going to make him really work for it. A little bit of a touch. They'll side by side. They both go off wide and then they collect. They were door to door. It looked like they were about even claim to the apex at that point as well. So it may be a little bit interesting where they came together, coming back on after the corner. Dirty Monkey heading into the pits now. That'll see Philly move up to position 6. And in comes Sami now. What will Demon do? Will he follow? Like he's just gotten around Coolboy. Coolboy's car seems to be crab walking a fair bit. Dirty Monkey just comes out of the pits. Demon can have a good couple of fast laps here. Maybe enough to be able to get in pit and be out ahead of Sami. there's been contact at the back. That's Marky Mark, and I think that was Sami. Not sure if there was actual contact there. I think it looks to be okay. Maybe Mark spinning just ahead of him. It's definitely slowed him down a bit. How much longer will Demon stay out there? He's only got 2 laps before he can come in and do his mandatory pit for lap 23 of 26. Past halfway through lap 23. Sami amongst some lap traffic. Gotten around Pretzel now. He's got DG just up ahead. DG's carrying some pretty good pace. That gap between Demon and Sami is increasing. Last lap for 206.7. He's doing some good lap times. Sami getting caught up in lap traffic and then potentially slowing down or even made contact. Well, Cool Boys has gone for a spin. Looking in bad shape at the moment. Head Farmer currently in 14th position, closing down on Steph. Sami goes to get around DG. He's now got Bolaki just up ahead. So there's a fair bit of traffic in between himself and Demon. Demon use this opportunity to pit now. No, he stays out. He's going to have to pit the next lap. It's probably a good idea. He has got another lap car just behind him. You can see on the map that's come up on the screen, the arrow is Demon Effects and the blue dot behind. I think that is Balaki's car. Is it Sami? Not sure whose car that actually is. Demon still a good amount of pace ahead of Sami. Last lap 1.2 seconds quicker. About 23-second gap. Quick in and out with no issues to his pit stop. Could potentially come out very close to Sami. There may be a couple of seconds difference. If he doesn't pit this lap, it will be a DQ. DJ Pretzel battling out for position 9. DG gets along the outside. There's a little bit of lag contact there. Doggy Daddy and Marky Mark battling out for a position 11. Ed Farmer and Steph for position 13. In comes Demon Effects. We'll bring up that map. Team down pit lane now. The arrow on the map is Sami. I think Demon's gonna have enough time to get out. He's on the move. Here's the white dot going down pit lane. They're going to be very close. Oh no, that's his pit stall. He hasn't actually stopped yet. There goes Sami. He was the last bait. Sami's just down through turn 1. Demon only just coming down through turn 1 now. That's the last lap for the final race, final round for 2021 with Apex Esports League. Pagnian Imports GT4 Championship. Been a great series, a whole great year of racing. Demon Effects looking very good for a championship win. Mitcliffe holding out in position 3. Looking pretty strong. Had Sami lead for the entirety of the race except to come in and serve his mandatory pit. And there's Demon Effects, our championship leader, tailing in behind. I think it's Balaki that's just gone for a spin. He's just gone off track. Demon closing in. We're going to go for a 1-2 photo finish. Now, look at that. Right there. Sami takes the win. Demon Effects in second. Mitcliffe on the podium in third position. Wonderful race. Gallon 350 looking good for second place in the championship. Finishing in the final race in position 4. It's still worth some good points. What a drive. Oh, Cool Boy having some issues. Not sure if he was just going for a dive across the finish line, but I was a little bit early there. He's getting the wrong line. There's several there. There's this one there that he has to wait for. And there's DK looking set for third in the championship. Crossing the line in 5th. Dirty Monkey coming up in 6th position. And we will be adding Sami, Demon and Mick to the chat. We can interview them about their race. And of course, be able to congratulate Demon Effects on his championship win. There's 60 seconds remaining. It'll be enough time for Dirty to get across the line. A great drive, position 6. You can see him fighting for that steering wheel. You can see lots of steering corrections going on with the wheels. So he does do this from a controller. So lots of little fine adjustments through the corner to be able to keep the car going. I don't know how he does it. He does a spectacular job. Congratulations in 6th position. And there should be enough time for Philly to cross the line. "18 seconds remaining. Enough to see him get across, and then we'll be at the results. Gonna stop for a burnout. Oh, it didn't work. Well, he hasn't crossed the line yet. Missed it, and there we go. The conclusion for the final series for 2021. Sami taking the win in the final race. What a drive for Sami. And then Demon, second spot on the podium, and then also securing a championship win. And then Mick Cliff also on the podium in position 3. And the rest of the standings, we have Gallon 350, DK Rush, Dirty Monkey, Philly Manilli, Balaki, DG, Pretzelnator, Doggy Daddy, Steph, Head Farmer, Marky Mark, Cool Boy, and Rooney disconnecting, and unfortunately. So the fastest laps. Yeah, Philly gets a DNF there because he did that spin at the wrong finish line just a little bit before. It's quite funny. So it looks like the fastest lap of the race goes to Sami. So a clean sweep in the final round for Sami. So well done. Big congratulations there. So we'll send through party invites. We'll see them in a moment. So we'll have Sami, Mick, and Demon in the lobby in a moment. There we go, that's shot off to them. We'll see them join in a moment. But what a drive tonight. Some great racing throughout the field. And we have guys joining in now. We have Mick, Demon. We should see Sami in a moment. Congratulations on a clean sweep for the final round, Sami. What a way to jump in at the end of a series and smoke it up for the final one.
Thanks, JT. It's nice to come back for one last race for the year.
Yeah, well done. It was a great drive.
Yeah, that was Demon certainly kept the pressure on, that's for sure. So
yeah, he kept that gap the whole time. He wasn't giving up on you.
No, he did well, and congratulations on the championship win too. I think Demon.
Yeah,
and Mick.
Enough points for the championship win, Demon. Congrats.
Yeah, cheers. Didn't win a race all season, but I won the championship, so happy with that. Mr. Consistent, so
that's it.
Very good.
All those consistent podiums is what you need.
Yeah, I think I've podiumed every race, so it was all good. Yeah, but that race was really good. Sami just pipped me in qualifying. I thought I had a good time there in quali, and then he's just pipped me. And then we stuck together for a while, but he pulled away. But then there was one point through the race, I started to close the gap, but then the cloud sort of cover came over and tyres started slipping and everything. And then he got away again, so he was just too good. And then I was watching the gap to Mick Cliff and Gow behind, because I knew at the start of the race I wasn't sure to run softs or hards, so I ran the softs, and I had 2 pitch strategies set, one for no tyres and one for tyres, but there was a 25-second stop if you went for tyres, and the gap wasn't there for Mick Cliff and Gow, so just held on, and it was all good. So
paid off in the end. P2 is a great outcome for the final round.
Yeah, very happy with that. Well done. And well done, Sami. Well done, Mick Cliff.
Yeah, congrats, Mick. Great drive. You really did well out in that KTM tonight. That's had a fantastic drive.
Yeah, I just wore the tyres out a bit, so I couldn't keep up with the top boys. Too good for me. Congrats, Sami, Demon.
Cheers, Mick. Cheers. Congrats on your podium, mate.
Yeah, I'm happy with that.
Good way to finish up the last round for the year. So it'll be exciting seeing us all come back next year for the Formula Rookies.
Yep,
Yes,
more podiums, hopefully.
That'll definitely be
JT,
fun, that's for sure.
I'd just like to thank you, JT, for a wonderful year, and I'd like to thank all the fellow racers that we've raced with.
Yeah, thanks
good bunch of
Apex
group.
and all the
Yeah,
fellas and
what you do
Pagnian
is
Imports and
Yeah, thanks, JT. He's done well.
Yes, no worries. My
Put a lot of
pleasure.
effort. Everyone appreciates it.
Yeah, we do thank all you members and drivers and our viewers, and of course Pagnian Imports and Next Level Racing for jumping aboard, and also Logitech as well. So it's been a great year, and looking forward to 2022.
Sweet.
yeah.
Cheers, mate. Best wishes to everyone.
Yeah, Merry
Yep.
Christmas.
Yeah, enjoy your holidays.
Right,
Yeah.
good night.
Congrats. Then we have podium finishes. Army taking victory, Demon Effects position 2 and Mick Cliff in position 3, and that's allowed Demon Effects to be able to take the championship win. And we do have the final round for the series, so next year we'll be back for the Formula Rookies. And we do have a 5-round series, and then that is the Formula Fords for those that aren't aware. So it's Project Cars version of the Formula Fords. So it is their own little design car. We have ran it before, we've seen some world record times being set in the past. So do hit that follow button, there's going to be a lot of great racing action to see. And this 5-round series starting on Thursday, 27th of January 2022. Broadcast will start at 7:30 PM. If you want to get involved in any of our racing, do head to our Facebook page. You can check out all our information there to be able to get involved in the events, or you can even tap myself, JT1310, on PSN and get involved that way if you don't have access to Facebook. Otherwise, you can see our Facebook page, which is fb.com/Apex eSports League, and there's links there for our Discord if you have those other methods there, and we can get you involved. And it's the same with iRacing as well. The more the merrier, and we accept drivers of all levels. So thanks for a great year, thanks for tuning in, and look forward to seeing you trackside in 2022.